This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation. Because it's true crime, it's for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free.
Hey, y'all. What is going on? I don't understand why it does that. Like, it just randomly goes back to other things that are not correct. What's orange for fall? Maybe it should be... Oh, that's a good color. I like that one. All right. Do red for Christmas. Not blood, but Christmas. Don't think of blood when you see it. When you see it. Okay, so evidently there was somebody named Squirrel. Secret Squirrel that was a member but is not now. So if you are a member, thank you for becoming a member. If you're not, I hope to see you sometime. So with that, I want to say hey to Jenny Jen and Abellis. We were cutting up in the comment section and content. Hey, Bad Girl and Anders. Thank y'all for being here. All right, so I'm going to pull up the first video of the murder indictment. Now, in that video, I share like where you could find the videos and things like that that go along with the narratives. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to listen to this. We're going to talk about it. And you guys can tell me what you think about this case and the murder indictment as I read it. And then we will also grab the videos that go along with it as they arise in the video. I got to work on making that clear. Like, you can kind of see it if I do it like that. I don't know how to record it at a clearer thing, like where you could see it more clearly. Content said, but allegedly speculating the red for Christmas does stand for the blood of Jesus Christ. Well, then there we go. Can be for the blood of Jesus too. The defendant is Stephen Michael Stearns. Gives us... Okay, so with that, we'll get started on this and we will look at the videos and talk about it. Yes, it's about Stephen today. And there is a trigger warning. I'll get my banner up. The case number, this was printed on June 11th, 2024, and it tells us if the requested records contain any of the following confidential and or exempt information, it has been redacted or withheld pursuant to applicable law. And it states if there is active criminal investigative or intelligence information and or substance of confessions, that won't be in there. Attorney work product, autopsy photographs, audio recordings, and video recordings, Department of Motor Vehicle information, FCIC/NCIC records, Form 52 clinical record, and or medical information and or EMS records and or forensic behavioral health evaluations, identifying information of confidential informants, identifying information of victims of sexual offenses and or child abuse. So I don't know if y'all have seen this. You probably already have. So when you hear something you want to talk about, let me know. And then, like I said, I'll pull the videos as we go through it. Item sealed by order of the court, surveillance security camera footage. Okay. So we are going to skip down to some police narratives real quick so that you understand what these first couple of documents are. So we're going to go to page 8. I'm going to read you these couple of narratives, and then we'll go back up so you can see what the other pages were. So we will actually start with this one. This is a supplemental report written by Crime Analysis Supervisor D. Sita. And it states, on March 1st, 2024, at approximately 14:30 hours or 2:30 p.m., I was contacted by Major Hinderman and requested to respond to the American Classic Charter School located at, and it gives us the address, to assist with the search for a missing juvenile as an assist to Kissimmee Police Department. Upon arrival, I was tasked with identifying areas of interest to search on a map based on tips received and video footage obtained. At approximately 1600 hours, I was contacted by Lieutenant Yeager, who advised he was sending a male in a white truck to the command post to give me information regarding a possible area of interest. At 1605 hours, I was contacted by Mr., and it gives us the witness to the flat tire. He advised he had seen the news conference earlier this date and wanted to report a possible sighting of the suspect vehicle from Monday, February 26, 2024. He stated he saw the suspect vehicle, a silver sedan, pulled off Hickory Tree Road, and a subject with a tire iron in his hand, wearing a black shirt and a green hat on backwards, standing near the vehicle, and he had... So I changed the resolution to 720/50. I'll try that, but I think it's like when I'm recording it, Abellis, and I need to figure out how I can change the resolution when I actually record the video so that you guys can see the document clearly. And I haven't figured out how to do that. I'm going to have to watch some kind of tutorial on it or something. I dropped the panel link if anybody wants to come up on panel to talk about this case. Made eye contact with the subject. He stated he was not exactly sure of the time, but it was around 13:20 hours in the afternoon. I asked Mr. Karras if he would mind stepping out of his vehicle and showing me on a map of the exact location. Using my agency-issued laptop, I pulled up a map to the location he saw the subject at on Monday, February 26, 2024. The latitude and longitude of the location he pointed out were noted, and Mr. Karras shared via airdrop to my work cell phone photos he took of the spot that day, March 1st, 2024, for reference. These photos were later emailed to Kissimmee Police Department. The location provided by Mr. Karras was passed along to Sergeant Swain, Captain McGone, and Major Hinderman as a point of interest at the command post. I was also contacted by Detective Lorenzo while on scene at the command post. He advised he had collected video from, and it gives us the address, and asked if I could have it reviewed for a sighting of the vehicle. I watched 3 time frames he provided and found a possible match to the subject vehicle traveling north on Hickory Tree Road in one of the clips attached to the email with the time frame of, and it gives us that. The clip containing the vehicle was forwarded to Kissimmee Police Department. I advised Kissimmee Police Department that I didn't watch further, but there was... I wish I had that clip, but I don't. Good morning, Rubber. And I know I dropped the flat tire witness videos in, so I'm trying to wait until I pull it up in here because I think I try to read the full narrative before I drop the video. There was additional video should they want to reach out to the resident at that address. This concludes my involvement in this case. This supplemental was written by Sergeant Swan. And it states, on March 1st, 2024, this agency received information that a possible suspect involved in a missing person case was in Osceola County. The suspect was seen by a witness in the area of, and it gives us the address, changing a tire. The witness pointed to the area on the map where he saw the vehicle parked off the side of the road. Captain McGone and I arrived in the above area at approximately 16:28 hours. I noticed locked gates on the east and west side of the road. Knowing the area and the property owner, I called the property owner, and it gives us their name. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to the flat tire witnesses, and then we'll look at the video pictures that I have of the crime scene, but none of them show Maddie. Thank God. I don't want to see poor Maddie. There is one that has a sketch of like where her body was located, but that was all. Okay, here's the first one. So we'll listen to the first flat tire witness. And I think in this one, I just showed pictures of the car.
This is the interview with the wonderful pedestrian who saw Stephen Stearns changing his tire that day. This man helped solve the case.
24. Time is 3:09 p.m. We're at the Kissimmee Police Department, reference case number 24001896.
So this is going to be basically the narrative we just heard. This is audio of that.
Person present are myself, Detective Morris, Detective Smallwood, and what's your first name?
Thomas.
Thomas?
Yes, sir.
And last name. All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear and affirm that statement you're about to give is the truth, nothing but the truth to the best of your knowledge, so help you God?
Yes, sir. So, yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, so we've talked a little bit on the phone that you called in information about a current investigation that the police are working. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you made that call, why did you call the police? Let me ask you that.
Anders, did a sheriff put up a picture recently in regards to this?
So I know I gave my information of what I saw that day to crime line.
Okay.
And they told me it was too vague.
Okay.
And so that's when I went out and took pictures of where I saw him.
How did you know that's what you were looking for?
I saw your guys' post
Okay.
that morning
Okay.
of the car and his face.
Okay.
And the car, where the spare tire was and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
The spare tire was on the same exact side of that car and everything. It was a Lincoln that I passed on Hickory Tree. There's not much traffic that goes on in Hickory Tree, but there is more picking up right now. So when I saw him on the side there, I kind of was like, whatever. That's a kind of convenient spot to break down, because it's like kind of like in a driveway, but it kind of sucks that you're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
But I called that in a crime line, and they told me that I didn't have the license plate of his car because he was facing me, going towards Harmony.
Okay.
I was going away from Harmony, going towards St. Cloud on Hickory Tree.
Okay.
Old Hickory Tree. I'm sorry. So I called that in the crime line. They told me I didn't have his license plate number and I didn't have his address exactly where he was.
The date is March 13th, 2024. The time is 4 p.m. We are at.
When I came back, Osceola and St. Cloud were starting.
Hold on, y'all. I got another interview.
Right off of Nolte and Old Hickory Tree near the mobile and the construction site, and there's an abandoned house on the left.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled over, and there's traffic going. Everyone's slowing down, but I flagged one of the sergeants over. He came over, and I showed him the picture of where I saw him. And I showed him, I can show you the pictures too. It's the red shipping container, because that's the best way I could explain it, because there's no mailbox, there's no address. So the red shipping container is like where he was parked in front of that, that area. So he sent me down to the abandoned school that's on Old Hickory Tree. They do, I guess, the police.
Y'all, I got more files. I got more interviews in this case. I'll be putting them out today. Try to get them out today as much as I can. Indy said, I have a meeting in 15, so I'll be in and out, but listening. Okay. Yeah, let me turn it up. I don't know why it's so low. I have to make sure that my volume's loud on this. Yeah, I got more interviews from Osceola County, so I'll be putting out more interviews in regards to this case, which I am super excited about. A creator, Grish, shouted me out a couple of days ago. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. That's awesome. I'll have to look into that. I looked at the Google Earth location where Maddie was weird. Some pics showed trees on both sides of the road, but others shows trees where Maddie was found, but a large field on the other side. Yeah, have you seen the the graph that's in the other video of where she was found?
Police training there for the past year. So he sent me into the second parking lot where I spoke to a investigator named Donna. I don't remember her last name, but I'm pretty sure it started with a C.
Sita?
That sounds about right. And I airdropped her the photos. And then an hour later, they were at that same exact spot saying this is where they found her.
Okay. All right. So you're from St. Cloud.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to assume, but are you familiar with the St. Cloud area?
Yes, sir.
Have you grown up there and stuff like that? Yeah. Okay. So Old Hickory Tree goes from, say, 192, where it passes Nolte, all the way back to 192.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I just lived off the corner of Old Hickory Tree with my ex-fiance for the past 2 years now.
Okay.
So I lived a little bit past our fire station on that corner right there.
So you said
it's the dude with the mask. What dude with the mask?
The Harmony side.
Yeah, the Harmony side from Harmony coming back.
So it'd be going north.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Eventually be going north.
It goes south for a bit, but then loops back around to going north.
Okay. So when you come upon this guy changing his tire, okay, as you're going north, is he on the left side of the road or right side of the road? Left side of the road. Okay. And you also mentioned there was a red shipping container. Was that shipping container close to the road, or
it's in my opinion, it's more in the middle of the field, on the left-hand side of which we was parked. So I came around the corner, and there's another little curve, and then there's a little straightaway that we were on. Okay, that's where I saw him. He was by his driver door at that time, and he had a hat like mine but backwards, but it was like a yellowish, greenish, brown color, like light yellow, light green, brown.
Do you remember what color shirt he was wearing?
Black.
Okay.
I want to say he had blue jeans on, but I don't have much description.
So he's giving a description of Stefan right now changing his tires. Anders, you said it's the dude with the mask. Which dude with the mask? To what case is what I'm asking you. I wish I could take the day off sometimes too. I think about it, but if I don't come live and talk to y'all, I miss y'all. I do take the day off occasionally, but I'll miss y'all if I don't come live every day. I don't work though, so this isn't really work for me.
Because when I got up to him, there was another car coming out on his side, coming towards us. He had a tire iron in his hand. There was no jack out that I could see. There was no other tire out that I could see. The spare tire was already on the car, and he had a tire iron out. And by then, and as I'm passing him, he squats down at the back rear tire where the spare tire is on with the tire iron. And as he squats, he looks up, and we make eye contact as I drive by him.
Okay.
And that's kind of how I knew it was him, because I had to slow down just because we're on a 2-lane road.
Okay.
And I want to say the speed limit there is like 50, so I slowed down to about 40. When I passed him. So yeah, the eye contact is what really did it for me. Not only the silver car with the spare tire exactly where it was, but the eye contact.
Okay. This is not the scale. So this is going to be Hickory Tree Road. So say the middle of the road. This is going to be going north the way you were traveling. Okay. There's little driveways that go each way, both into cattle fields or whatever. Okay.
Well, this side has bamboo. This
Yes.
side has bamboo where they found her.
Okay.
I took pictures facing towards this way. That's where I saw him.
So I'm going to draw your car here. That's going to show you driving north.
Okay.
Okay. So just draw a square where his car was parked. Okay. And the front of his car is going to be on this side or that side?
Jen said that creator took out the background noise when Jen initially speaks to police about Maddie missing. She receives a call from Tyler, yet she passes the phone to Stefan. I can't boost the video, the audio. Let me pull that person's so we can hear that. You said it's Greenwich. Hold on. Grisch. Let's listen to that real quick. Okay. I wonder what video it is. I don't know, Jen. You have to tell me which video it is. Part 1. Okay. Let's see. Hold on a minute. This is Grisch. Please give them a like and subscribe. They pulled my audio and were able to cancel the background noise in her first audio. And evidently we're going to hear Tyler call, but she passes the phone to Stefan.
Jennifer, tell me how you feeling right now.
I feel like I can't breathe.
Get dropped her off closest.
For Stephen Stearns, that's just a costume. But this is his real costume. Most of you wouldn't know that until someone took photos of him like this. There's not one document, photo, interview with anyone, not even Jennifer or Stefan, that gives you one hint at what Jennifer and Stefan liked about each other the day they met. Jen and Stefan never really liked each other. They liked what the other could provide. The relationship is...
He's really good at editing. I'm going to have to get with this person and get some tips on how to edit and things. I like this. Thank you.
part of the costume.
We have photos.
Okay.
We have his phone. We were able to get into his phone. And there are some very, very unfortunate graphic pictures of him conducting various sexual acts with. I wish I could tell you this was all a made-up story, but it's not.
Dude, I need him to call me, like, because I need to know how to do these things.
Did you ever suspect anything like this? No? You okay?
Sorry.
Okay. Can I get you anything?
Maybe some water.
I think I have a pretty good idea of what Jen would want from Stefan by looking in Jen's car. I pay attention to the condition of items that are not of evidentiary value. It's not this medical marijuana bottle from Wisconsin. There's something else in this glove compartment, and the length of time it took Jen Soto to answer this question from the detectives told me more about the item in the glove compartment.
Before we get ahead of that, what is the conversation like between you two when you're in the car? Because y'all were in there for a good while we were trying to figure things out at your apartment or your condo. What's the conversation like inside that car?
I'm trying to think back to what exactly we were talking about. I know I remember late in the like when you guys let us know we couldn't come back, and I called his dad, or we called his dad. I started saying to him, like, I think they're focusing in on you. Like, we need to call your dad, and I think we need to get you a lawyer. I feel like they're focusing on the wrong person. And he kept saying the same thing. He kept repeating what I was repeating.
Jennifer, the police didn't ask you that because they wanted to know what you and Stefan were talking about. They asked you that question because they saw you do something that made them think that the most important thing at that moment was not finding your daughter. What I'm highlighting in red here are the sides of the glove compartment. The part in yellow of the Ziploc bag is directly in the center. Now it's all crinkled up and damaged because you, Jennifer, slammed it shut because you were panicking when the cops approached you. You want to know what causes a sense of urgency in Jennifer? Right there. It's ridiculous.
I want to say this is all speculation. Let me change my banner. Trigger warning. This is speculation. Hopefully this person doesn't strike me, but I'm sure they won't if they use something of mine. I like the way they're editing and stuff. Like, I really need to get some tips on this. Yeah, I think Jen had a medical marijuana card too. Like, she got it legally. I know that it was prescribed to her.
Redacted. Well,
hey, Shell, thank you for being here. Shell said, I saw this. I like him too. I'm going to have some more videos out. I just got some more audio that I'm going to get put together with picture overlays and put out hopefully today.
well, let's look at the CSI's thumb. The shadow of the angle indicates the light source's direction. At the bottom of the redaction, you can see just the edge of the bottle. The amber color on the CSI's glove with the curved edge matches the light's angle, suggesting it comes from the bottom of the bottle. This light must pass through the side of the bottle first, indicating that the pharmacy label has been removed. I probably sound really crazy itemizing.
No, you sound really observant, and I'm loving it right now.
Shit like this for y'all, but this is light work. Anyway, within the amber light is a rectangular shadow. From the curvature of the bottle and the angle of the light, it's a 4x1.
That's a Xanax bar.
One rectangle. And that's a 2 milligram bar of alprolizam or Xanax, and it's most likely counterfeit.
Y'all, I used to live a different lifestyle. I told you.
Jennifer Soto and Stefan Stearns were never in an actual relationship. It was a depraved codependency. Albeit through indirect terms, they told you exactly what the arrangement was, which would mean, at the very least, Jennifer Soto is not this blindsided mother that she portrays herself to be. I'd like to go over the initial police body cam footage from when Madeline Soto was first reported missing on February 26th of 2024. I'm sure most of you who have been following the Madeline Soto case have watched this footage 100 times on several different platforms. I'm going to play the original clip. It's just 3 minutes and 19 seconds long, but instead of watching it like you did the other times, just observe what's going on. Don't focus on one person or two people.
Darlene, right? We're in the same. We used to live different lifestyles. Yeah, I knew what that was as soon as I saw it. I was like, why she got in Xanax bars? I didn't ever mess with them, but I know what they look like. Jenny said, I wish the police would just have told Jen and Stefan. I just wish police would have told Jen that Stefan was being arrested to see if they got any emotion reaction out of that. I do too. Oh, thank you, Shell. I'm glad you've been watching. Thank you for watching. Content said that's why I asked.
They said it looked like 5 or 6? 5 or 6 kids at the park. All right. Give me a second, bro. Hey, go ahead. Let me finish up with this.
I have this audio, but I didn't understand what it was. So I might put this out, but I don't understand what it is. Can anybody tell me? Like, I understand that they're looking at the warrant for Stefan and possibly going to pick him up, but I don't understand the relevance. That's the only reason I haven't put this out yet, because I don't know what to title it. Hey, Tiffany, but I do have it.
Are you able to pick up all 931, please?
I'm currently working possible signal leak. Can I hold off on that?
Is that from the other one?
26.
No, I might not have this one.
3450 to check.
Oh, yeah. I've got where they walk into the
Of
thing.
course. Do they speak English?
Yes, this is Mom.
This is Mom? Okay. Hi there.
Hey there.
Hey there. What's going on?
So my daughter was.
I have another one that like shows that they're going to get him or something. I'll put that out today too, as long as I can find it. Darlene said if Jim was taking a whole Xanax bar, she probably was knocked out. I could only ever break them into pieces, right? Yeah, them things, yeah. She was on some shit, for real.
Dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it. I went to pick her up from school.
I'm sorry, one second.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Are we looking for another kid or we have a kid?
Looking for another one.
People are still on, let's put that out.
The reason they say that and the reason it took so long for them to get there, because it took like 3 or 4 hours for the police to arrive when they reported Madeline missing, because 2 kids went to a park and were missing at the same time. So that's why they asked, is it that kid or another kid?
Any possible location, how old?
I'm trying to get that right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hey,
So she was supposed to be dropped off at school, didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out.
I got it sped up a little bit. Hey, MI Passenger 33. MI Passenger 33 said when they told Jen about Stephen Stearns, she immediately messaged his dad and told him to get an attorney for Stephen Stearns. They asked her about the lame behavior in the interview with the FSP, the one led by Detective Kevin. Yes, they did. I couldn't remember if that was after she found out about the CSAM images or right after he got arrested, but I think it is after he got arrested. And she did immediately call to get him an attorney, and then they confront her with that. Because I know during that interview, his dad was sitting outside, and she called him outside. Stephen Stearns' father was even corroborated that info to the police in one of the interviews. Yes, thank you.
They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here, because sometimes she'll walk here to this office. I came here, nothing. I went back to the school, they were closed. I got an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher, and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
So she never made it.
Okay. What's her name?
Madeline. Madeline.
Madeline. Last name?
Soto. SOTO.
SOTO?
Yeah.
Date of birth?
February 22nd, 2011.
February 27th, 2000.
22nd.
Oh, sorry. 22nd,
2011.
2011.
Just had her 13th birthday.
13.
What's the name of the signal aid?
Madeline Soto, age 13. I'm trying to get a clothing description out. What was she last seen wearing?
Green hoodie.
Green hoodie.
Crocs.
White Crocs.
Either blue or black pants. I think black shorts. Black shorts? Yeah.
Black shorts? Okay. Black shorts. All right. Do you know if she has like friends in the area?
So he described her in pants. She described her in shorts, which is interesting. I didn't pick up on that before.
She does, but she doesn't know where they live.
She doesn't know where she live. Okay.
Oh my God, Andrew.
Okay. Is this like, does she like have any places that you guys know that she would usually be at? Any friend's house? Any places that like she likes to hang out?
Typically, no.
Not typically?
No.
Okay.
Again, this is that Grish. I'll show that person's name again. Anders, I'm sorry that happened to you. And I'm going to drop them in the description box below after the live. Please make sure to give them a like and subscribe.
Just a quick heads up. I removed a lot of the background noise so we can focus on what you need to focus on. Obviously, this is from the perspective of a police officer. My experience is being the car that I'm pointing out here, looking on my rear view, wondering why this police officer just followed me in here.
I'm currently working possible signal aid. Can I hold off on that?
This person yanked their car into the spot with no turn signal, slammed on the brakes, and all the doors flung open. That maneuver is called pull up and hop out. And that is something that people do not want to do in the presence of police.
Right. That is weird. Like, they pulled up and straight jumped out.
Let's see who's in this car. Male, maybe around 5'8", dark blue or black shirt tucked in the cargo pants with a black belt.
$26.
And my passenger said, Xanax are easy to get. Go to your local trap house. However, they are counterfeit, like the video stated, meaning they are fentanyl, which could have resulted in Madeline's death. That's an interesting perspective. I don't know. Hey, Trixie, it's good to see you. And my passenger said she may have overdosed and dude tripped out and smothered her. They have not made autopsy results public. It's possible. I mean, anything's possible at this point. That's a good speculation.
And we see the driver. This is the cousin you don't know, but you know about. He doesn't have a job, but he's always on call to put in work. What he's wearing is the proper uniform. I know this is blurry, but it looks like he has more than one t-shirt on. He also has on baggy basketball shorts, and they are purple and black. Now look at where his hands are. It looks like he's pulling up his shorts, but where he'd be pulling up his shorts is higher than his shorts waistband. Now look at his left hand. His thumb and index finger have a considerable space between them. There's something taking up that space. And see where his right pocket is? There is a bulge on the right side all the way over to the left side. That's a pair of sweatpants under the shorts. The reason for the layered clothing is so if he does something, he won't be easily identified. He can simply remove the basketball shorts and t-shirt quickly, roll down his sweatpants, and now he's got a completely different outfit on. Now look at his posture. This person is clearly mad, but what does he do? After you, sir. So if we saw it, the cop saw it. If the cop didn't react, it's because he wasn't surprised by their actions. He knows who they are. He knows why they're mad, because they gave him the scoop before he talked to Jen.
Of course. Do they speak English?
All right, I've dropped the link to this person's YouTube page in the description box. I would have it in the chat, but like my YouTube, like I can't access my lives while they're live from my phone, which is ridiculous. I'll try to email it to myself and drop it in the chat box as well, but it is in the description of this video. Hey, Cara, thank you for being here. Okay, Abellis.
Purple shirt is Jen's sister. To her right, sitting on the couch, are two of Jen's other sisters. There's a lot more going on in this clip than just what Jen and Stephen are saying to the police officer. If you notice, all the people that are in this room are standing far away from Jen and Stephen. Also, remember that Jen is Puerto Rican, and in Puerto Rican culture, quiet means loud. Their reactions are based on what Jen is doing and saying, and it's easier to see how they're reacting based on how and where they look when Jen does certain things.
Okay. Hi there.
Not including Jen and Stephen and the police officer, there are 5 people in this room. Here we have Stephen Stearns and Jennifer Soto attempting to explain to the police officer that her daughter Madeline is missing. Now, this is difficult for Jen because she's in a room full of people that know when she's lying. So this is why this footage is way more important than the other footage that you've seen and heard, because these are the people that know Jen for who she really is.
Hey there.
Hey there. What's going on?
So my daughter was dropped off close to school this morning.
You notice the person in the little office switch seats with another person, so the second person is conveying information most likely to the people outside.
But never made it. I went to pick her up from school.
I'm sorry.
The cop puts Jennifer's story time on hold, and during this time is a very important moment. Jen receives a call on her cell phone, and you'll see her reaction to that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Who could that possibly be to cause Jen to react like that?
Another kid, or we have a kid?
Looking for.
The people in the room who knows Jen for who she really is saw her pass off the phone like that to Stefan. Hey Tyler, it's Stefan. They know who Tyler is. So why would Jen pass off the phone like that to Stefan when she knew Tyler was calling? Now look how Jen's sisters react to that. Then someone at Jen's right says something under their breath that caught Jen's attention. And the mask slips off. This is the real Jennifer Soto. This is who she really is.
People are still on, let's put that out in possible location. How long?
13.
This is really interesting. Like, I like how he did this.
I'm trying to get there right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
So she was supposed to be dropped off at school. Didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out. They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here because sometimes she'll walk here to this office.
Mhm.
I came here, nothing. I went back to the school. I got a notice, an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher, and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
So she never made it.
Okay. What's her name?
Madeline. Madeline.
Madeline. Last name?
Soto. S-O-T-O.
S-O-T-O?
Yeah.
Date of birth?
February 22nd.
The woman who just walked out, the hand gesture she just did kind of means, get me up to speed on what's going on.
2011.
February 27, 2000.
This is Yolanda Zambrano. She is Jennifer Soto's mother and Madeline Soto's grandmother.
22nd.
Oh, sorry. 22nd,
2011.
2011.
Just turned 13 birthday.
She gets a text from someone who's in the room, and she tells them to come here.
13.
Dude, this guy is on it. Like, daggone it. Kara said, I think she knew and helped Stephen Stearns clean up. While everyone else was out looking for Maddie, where was Jen? At home. Yep. This dude, it's Grish. We're going to watch part 2. I hope he doesn't strike me. Please don't strike me. Somebody told me you used one of my videos, so I figured it'd be okay, and I'm giving him credit. Like, please go subscribe to this guy. I'm really glad that I did because he's pulling out things. Like, he's on it. He's picking up on everything. Thank
Who
you,
could it
Jen.
possibly be? Jen's own sister. Watch this from Jen's perspective.
Jen dropped his link. Thank you.
She's talking to the police officer, and her sister is walking up to her mother, updating her on what's going on with what Jen and Stefan have been saying to the police the whole time. And she's doing it right behind Jen in Spanish and in English with the intent of them hearing her.
What's the name of the big lake?
Madeline Soto, age 13. I'm trying to get a clothing description now. What was she last seen wearing?
And she looks down.
Green hoodie.
Did you see that? She looks down, and right now she's intently listening. She's not paying attention to what the cop says. Watch her when the girl starts talking behind her. She'll look down because she's listening to what they're saying. And then she stares kind of intently at the cop because she's listening to what they're saying behind her in Spanish. Jenny, can you translate that? Because I have no idea what you're saying. But thank you for being here, Hazel Eyes.
And she's doing it right behind Jen in Spanish and in English with the intent of them hearing her.
What's the name of the single lady?
Madeline Soto, age 13. I'm trying to get a clothing description now. What was she last seen wearing?
She's listening to what they're saying, not what the cop is saying.
Green hoodie.
Stephen started talking. She's listening to them. Thank you, Hazel. I don't know what you said right here, but thank you for telling me.
Green hoodie.
Yeah.
White Crocs.
I got blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Black shorts.
Yeah.
Black shorts. Okay. Black shorts. All right. White Crocs.
I got blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Black shorts.
Yeah.
Black shorts. Okay.
Not looking too good for Jen, is it?
Black shorts. All right. Do you know if she has like friends in the area?
She does, but she doesn't know where they live.
She doesn't know where she live. Okay.
I asked all of them.
Okay.
You're funny, Anders.
Is this like, does she like have any places that you guys know that she usually be at? Any friends?
You hear what Jen's sister just said to their mother?
Okay. Is this
¿Cuánto otro niño está a las 8:30? How many other kids are there at 8:30?
Is this
That's obviously in response to Stephen saying that he dropped Madeline off at 8:30 next to that church. I feel as though I have a plausible theory as to.
We're going to hear that theory in just a second. Hazel Eyes said, I said she's a disgusting woman. She knew what was happening to Maddie, and she was involved in doing things to Maddie also. You know, that's been brought up. I've talked to somebody through emails, and I'm not going to put out what all was said, but they brought up a valid point in reference to the text message saying it's too risky or something to that effect. We can't do this anymore because it's too risky. There's a theory behind that, and all I'm going to say about it to be, you know, I don't know what happened. I don't want to blame any victims, but it involves the fact that a lot of people think they were getting money for selling images on the internet. And I personally believe that as well. What solidifies that for me is the storage unit with the computer that is plugged in on and being used in a storage unit. Like, the only reason you're going to have that is because you want it where if it's traced, it goes back to somewhere that's not your location, that you can get rid of everything really quick. Like, it doesn't make sense to have a computer set up on and running in a storage unit if that's not what you're trying to do. Thank you all for being here. Kara said she 100% knew, and Shell said, how could she say black shorts when she now claims she didn't see her? Shameful. Yeah, and he said pants, which is what she was found in.
To the level of culpability that Jen plays in her daughter Madeline's death. I'll be back with part 2 as soon as possible.
Okay, we have part 2. This is Grish. So again, please go check them out because they're breaking it down. All right, so this is part 2.
Coming here to Hidden True Crime, to sharing your side of the story and what is going on in your hearts and in your minds. And
this is going to be an excerpt from Hidden True Crime. I will drop them in the description box as well. Cara, thank you. Cara gifted 5 Speculation Station memberships. Thank you so much for doing that. You're so kind. You're so supportive and so sweet. Thank you. I'll play our clip real quick. If Eek hears this on the replay, I'm sorry I didn't play it the other day. When you gifted memberships, Eek, I didn't because we had a family member of a missing person up, and I didn't want to do that while they were up here. So if you hear this, that's why I didn't play it then. Thank you, Cara. That was super kind of you. Shell said, I never thought of that. I could not think what the text message meant. Very good theory. So sad for Maddie. Yeah, the theory is kind of that, you know, Jen might have been more involved in things than people think as far as images and the distribution. And I'm not going to go any further into it, but it makes sense when you take into account the computer in the storage unit and her saying it's too risky. Me and somebody else were talking about that. Really quickly, MI Passenger said, oh my God, I cannot stand Dr. John or his wife. Sorry, don't get mad at me. No, I'm not going to get mad at you. I like to hear people's thoughts, opinions, and speculations. And I don't want to echo chamber. If you feel different than me, please voice your opinion. I love to hear it because you never know. You could change somebody's mind by sharing why you think the way you think, especially if everybody else don't agree. I'm very open. I want to hear differing opinions. I don't know much about Dr. John.
And so with that, why don't we start honestly with sharing what I think many people might be wondering. Why are you choosing to do an interview today?
Abella said Alex Erickson got a membership, which is awesome. I just emailed her and asked her a question. She's super sweet. If you guys haven't subbed up to Alex Erickson, please do so. She's super sweet. Hazel Eyes said it's a very taboo subject, especially in the Spanish community, but most likely it was happening. It's horrible. The only thing I can think of that is good now from that is that Maddie's suffering is over and she's on to her forever home in heaven or to the next life, however you want to look at it. Because from the way it sounded, she had been going through some things almost her entire life. Like, I'm just glad that it's over for her, the suffering. Again, this is Grish, Grisch. Please get him and go find him and subscribe to him. He's in the description box. They've dropped him in the chat box too.
First of all, you're thrusted into a limelight that you would never expected to experience in your entire life. So a lot of mischaracterizing us and just a lot of speculation and conjecture. So anyway, the reason we're doing this today, Lauren and John, is because with the docket dump that went out there, we no longer feel constrained to keep silent and let people keep castigating us and dragging us through the muck for no reason, using lies, conjectures, embroidering facts that they do have, making up facts that they don't. It's become a very incestuous snake pit of lies, innuendo, and just...
Stephen's parents appearing on Hidden True Crime is a direct result of their KPD interview. Shout out to Grizzly for the footage.
So
that's Grizzly True Crime that he got that footage in. Jenny said, yes, in the Spanish community, you're supposed to trust all your family members, even if they aren't the kindest. Oh, wow. It's really sad. Darlene said, wow, I just figured Jen chose to ignore the abuse. I've never thought that she was actually involved in stuff. That's awful. Let me be the first to tell you, I don't know that for sure. It's just a theory that I've been discussing with somebody that emailed me. So I don't know that's for sure, but that's what makes sense to me. Anders said, Alex Erickson thought that we should speak less of Maddie's. Yeah, I agree. And the police do bring it up a lot. I put it out because it's part of the discussion because of the possibility of her being with child, but I don't like to talk about it much. Deborah Stearns thinks Jen Soto was involved. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard her talk about it, but she definitely does. And then last, and we'll get back to the video, Hazel Eyes said, I still see a lot of that in some of the families out there. I think it's disgusting and disturbing. Even after they divorce, they still continue to call them family. Yeah. Zayo, thank you for being here.
So We can do it one of two ways. I can just give you guys the floor and you can let us know what their dynamic was, or I could do it question and answer wise, whatever's more comfortable for you.
Well, if you do it question and answer wise, you'll get the answers that you wanted. If you let us sit here and ramble on for half an hour, you may not get what you want. You still have to ask the question.
Fair enough. Fair enough for me.
We can fill in the gaps.
Yes.
All right. So, any idea how long Stefan and Jen have been in a relationship?
7 years.
7 years.
7 to 8 years, somewhere there.
Okay. And was it constant throughout those 7 and 8 years, or on and off, or?
They were friends first, close friends first, and then it evolved into a romantic relationship. I think probably the first 18 months was just friendship, and then it changed from there. And no, we did not like the relationship.
Why not?
Didn't prove it.
No.
What?
She was bad influence on him because of her
drugs.
Well, drugs plus I think she was taking medications for depression, anxiety, what have you, and I just didn't feel that she was going to be a good influence for him.
She's bipolar. She's bisexual. She's a drug addict. She had a young child. The family was disapproving, and
quick note, Jen and Stefan didn't start as close friends. They met as co-workers for Eco Homes, a company that Stefan's dad owned. The reason why they know the timeline so well is because they hired Jen Soto. They don't want to talk about that because all that disapproval talk goes right out the window because you're really the matchmaker. The hubris is next level. Could you imagine how they were speaking to people prior to their son getting arrested? With these two interviews being very different, it's easier to tell how the Stearns fuck with the language.
I didn't even pick up on that. I'd heard that she worked for a company. They met working for a company that they own, but I had never made the connection before. Darlene said, I've heard theories before, especially about that text and it being too risky. I thought maybe that meant Maddie could get pregnant. So either way, Jen knew something. Yeah, either way, she knew something. Stephen looks like his mom. Mom seems to wear the pants in the family.
Stefan's parents appearing on Hidden True Crime is a direct result of their interview that they had with the Kissimmee Police Department. The KPD's intended role for Stefan's parents was only to provide them useful information for their investigation. The intent of Stefan's parents was quite different. They're trying to steer the investigation toward Jen Soto by trying to make their son seem less culpable. They were hoping that just the public's awareness of their cooperation would lessen the chances of their reputation being destroyed. This is how Stefan's parents fuck with the language in order to do that. First, they get a baseline of their immediate audience, which in this case would be the KPD detectives. Next, they find true attributes of their target person, which would be Jen Soto, that they believe that their immediate audience would accept as negative on their own. That's mainly to avoid having to explain or give specific examples of why that trait is negative. Then they go on to say things like drugs, she's bisexual, she's bipolar. For their immediate audience, that tactic worked, but you can't say those things to everybody. And they found out when their interview ended up on YouTube. They were fully aware that they were being recorded by a public official, but they're mad at the public for their reaction when their interview becomes public record. Like, who do these people think they are?
Well, they're rich. Forget something. They're rich people. So that's probably part of that. Although we're missing a few of our friends, somebody needed. Yeah. Content. Tell me if you can email me and tell me like how to AI generate that like as a slideshow, because I would love to be able to do that. This is a great chat. Hey, Queen Olive, thank you for being here. Hazel I said, Stern's parents look like cult members. Oh, no. Hey, Sarah Lee, thank you for being here. Yeah, I don't know what her sexuality has to do with anything. They're old school, so they look down on it. Abellis still would be my thought as to why that's brought up. They look at it as a negative because they're still unaccepting of it. Thank you, content. Cara said, I was late to the stream because I was just coming back from Northport where the Stearns are located. Oh, goodness. You know what, Hazel Eyes? That's a good question.
Then they go on hidden true crime to direct their anger toward the public and basically do the exact same thing. Then they talk about being constrained and castigated and conjecture. And I'm losing my voice right now, and I really don't want to spend my voice on quoting her.
Shell Wilson said, this guy's videos remind me of a guy of people I used to watch years ago. It's nice to see this type of content again. I like it. I like it too. I like it a lot. And again, this is Grisch. I've dropped him in the description box. They dropped him earlier in the chat box. I definitely subscribed. This is really awesome content.
Never mentioned anything. I've never seen any signs. I tried watching her like a hawk. I thought I was doing a good job, but I wasn't. I was oblivious to everything. 4 years?
Minimum. That's just how far back the cloud goes. And I find it hard to believe for me that you were so worried about how many pills she took at night, but not where she slept or what relationship she was. His interest in her.
I thought we were all safe. I thought because than that he hadn't shown me anything so far. Like everything seems fine. Like he seemed like he treated her like
he treats you.
That part was a mic drop for me in that video where he says he treated her like he treats you. That's just like a mic drop moment because she knows it's true. Content, it didn't drop the link, but I'll type that in it. Thank you for checking on that for me. Indy said, I think the mom brought up the sexuality because she thinks Jim was involved if she's bi. I don't know, just saying she said the words incestuous. I'm just saying. Yeah. Good point. I mean, you know, you're accurate about that, and that is a speculation that could be accurate. A lot of people are saying that I think she absolutely knew what was going on. And she shrugged when he said that. She absolutely did. Hazel I said, what the hell ever? Jen Soto. Yep.
Does that make sense what I'm saying? Whether or not that's what you felt. Does that make sense? People having lawyers is their constitutional right. That is a thing that everybody is afforded. But for somebody who's going through what you are going through, to offer him a lawyer leads me to believe that there may have been a conversation, there may have been knowledge, or there may have been some inclination that you had, whether it be his involvement, her location, or something to where in your mind there's guilt.
I promise you, like.
Because you offering him a lawyer is very weird.
I know. That was still me under the assumption that I think at one point you guys interviewed me, and when you guys showed me the picture of her, I believed the sexual stuff, but I didn't want to believe that he had done anything evil to her. I'm like, no.
That part really tripped me out. Like this, I believed the sexual stuff, but I didn't want to believe he did anything evil to her. Ma'am, he had been sexually abusing her from the age of 8. What part of that is not evil to you, ma'am? Excuse the hell out of me? Do what? Stop it.
No, what if he did this stuff fine, but what if she's still missing?
What if he did this stuff fine? Bitch. Cara said the roommate that had the wall that shared a room with room number 4, Stephen Stern's room, would hear noises at night. I'm sorry if my roommate's making noises to where I can clearly hear something. I'm pounding on that door. Right, but keep in mind that roommate thought that Madeline slept downstairs. She didn't even know that Madeline was in that room. because she said she thought that Madeline slept downstairs, and that made everybody question, well, is she covering for them or whatever? But if we remember the interview, she got in at like 11 o'clock at night. So she would go up and go to bed. They were already in the room by then, because trust and believe, from the way that roommate sounds, it sounds like she would have kicked that door in if she knew those noises were coming from Stefan and Maddie. Hazel said, in no time in Maddie's life did Jen ever go through anything, quote, traumatizing. She's playing victim. She needs to be behind bars, man. Yeah. Hey, Liddy. Hazel thinks all of the household knew. I don't know. I think some of them knew. I don't know about the others. I don't know.
Remember, Jen and Stefan started off as co-workers. Then they became friends, and they worked for the company that Stefan's dad owned. In part one, I told you that these two Staines were never in a real relationship.
Right, Sarah? I mean, and from the age of 8. From the age of 8 years old. Liddy, yes, she did hear mechanical noises that morning. There was hammers on the table and shit. I'm like, what the hell was going on? Yep. She makes my blood boil too.
I don't care what Stefan's parents said. Jen tells you the reality of the situation if you listen closely.
So when did you meet Steve or Stefan?
I met Stefan in 2017. We both worked for Eco Homes, a real estate company. I did appointments, and he worked in the office doing like warranty work. We met as coworkers. We became really good friends. We were best friends for like a year. And then eventually I asked him if he wanted to hook up, and he said sure. And yeah.
See, that doesn't even sound accurate. It sounds like a lie. And, you know, these detectives are trained in how to catch the lies. Darlene says, so sexually abusing your daughter is not evil. If it was to me, I would be needing a lawyer when I got done with Stearns. Yeah, if they'd have told that to me, they would have had to tase my ass, because I'm getting up and I'm going to find him wherever he's at. And he's going to be lucky to be walking when I'm done. Because, no.
You said 17, 18. Did you live in Orlando, Kissimmee? Where were you guys staying then?
Kissimmee.
Yeah.
And did you guys live together in 17?
He technically lived at his parents' house, but he was staying at my house all the time.
Okay. Same house you're in now, or a different house?
Wait, I take it back. In 2017, he wasn't staying over my house. It started in 2018 when we started hooking up, and he started sleeping over my house.
Okay.
And
when he started hooking up and she changed it to we. Did y'all catch that? Watch it, because he makes it say he and then we when she says it. Anna, thank you for being here, love.
House you're in now, or a different
Watch,
house?
listen.
Wait, I take it back. In 2017, he wasn't staying over my house. It started in 2018 when we started hooking up, and
when we started hooking up. Wow.
He started sleeping over my house.
Okay.
And what were your next question?
Was that in the current
Yes.
house you live in now?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you lived in that house?
On and off. Because at one point we moved close to where his parents live right now. They live in Northport, Florida, Sarasota County. I lived in Port Charlotte, which is Charlotte County, the county right next door. We had an apartment there for like 6 to 8 months. We moved down there because, again, Stefan was promised a job and that fell through. So we supported ourselves in this tiny apartment for a little while until I ran out of funds.
Do you remember what year that was?
2020.
So when did you live in Port Charlotte? 2020.
She did say it started in 2018. She said it started in 2018. She didn't say we started talking. She said it started. Is what Hazel Eyes is pointing out when she said it started in 2018. She absolutely did.
I don't remember what month I moved in, but I remember moving out in November
of 2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was some April, May.
That's what I do. It's like we go if we need to later. 13 in 2017. So 2018. 6. Everybody. 2.
At the same time, no. But
Okay.
I've had ex-husbands and ex-boyfriends live in that same house before.
Got it. You moved to Port Charlotte sometime in 2020 for a few months.
Yeah.
And then you came back to the same house.
After Port Charlotte, I went back to my mom's house for a little while.
Where's that at?
In Hunters Creek, Florida.
Got it.
Even before Port Charlotte, actually, the few months before I was in Port Charlotte, I was living at my mom's house.
With Stephanie.
Around March 20th, decided he wanted to renovate the house and possibly sell it. So he told us to get out. So March 2020, so around COVID time, like 2 weeks after COVID was announced, I moved in with my mom.
Okay.
And I lived with her for a little bit. And then the Port Charlotte apartment happened. We moved to Port Charlotte. We're there for a few months.
The Port Charlotte house happened. I mean, we moved there. That's different. That's interesting. Shell said the detective was good. We need more interviews done by this guy. I know they were fired and taken off the case for whatever reason. I can't stand the way she says the job fell through. Like that's the only job in Florida. Shaking my damn head. No doubt. No, you're good, Sarah. You're fine. Sarah said, yep, I'm sorry. I'm a little rowdy today. I had a lot of pent-up anger at the moment, and I would love to just take it out on Jennifer Soto. Girl, me and you both. That's not a mom. She's barely an egg donor, said Abellis. If police showed me those pictures, I'd say to them, you have him locked up, right? Because if you don't, I'm going to unalive him. Just letting you guys know. Right, like I said, I've said from the beginning, if you told me some shit like that was happening, you would have to tase my ass. Like, they would literally have to grab me by my ponytail and slam me down on the ground because I'm going. And you ain't going to be able to hold me. I'm going to punch you and get through you and go get this motherfucker. Like, I don't understand her reactions at all either.
Came back to live with my mom, was there for a few months, and then I decided to move back. That he was moving out and like getting an RV and like living the RV life.
Yeah.
So he needed somebody to take care of the house for him. So I said, yeah, I would do it, of course. So I moved in. I moved into his bedroom, downstairs, the master bedroom. Eventually, Steph.
We'll go through the audios and interviews that I have, and we can just talk about those. I think that would be more interesting. Sarah said, I mean, I would love to take it out on Stearns as well, but it would just be a waste of energy because what they would do to him if they let him out of the shoe, like it'd be better to focus my anger on Jen. Yeah, they're not going to let him out. 24 hours ago. Oh, yeah, 24 hours ago. No, you're good. My brain does song lyrics too.
Stefan did cop. A few years. It wasn't until like June of last year that I can go upstairs to the guest bedroom upstairs because I just he's not a very clean guy. He's kind of a little hoarder and a collector. So just my house was always a mess and never the way that I wanted it to look. Or the clutter just gave me anxiety. So I asked him to move upstairs and he did. And he lived upstairs until March. I'm sorry.
Liddy said, I'll rehearse. This person knew and plays her role 8 times. I was wondering what the roles are. I thought it was paintbrushes from the place she worked because that's what it was talking about. But now if they're saying it's her roll, I guess I could understand what the paper towel rolls are.
Until December of last year.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
he
girl.
moved
I know that
to
song.
Northport, Florida with his parents. But they had promised him a job, but that fell through. So we were in the process of
Oh, he was making a timeline. Let's see. He's got the timeline. 2017, Eco Homes coworkers. 2018, want to hook up. 2019, staying over. 2020, staying over. Port Charlotte, Yolanda. 2021, unusual house. Stefan moves back in. 2022, usual house. 2023, usual house. Go upstairs / move out. 2024, Northport. If y'all don't mind, please hit the thumbs up for me. It helps me get out into the algorithm. Kara said that's probably why he's not eating food served to him and only eating food that's wrapped up. It's possible. My new AI video on the lies Jennifer Soto told police is 16% done exporting, made in less than 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Crazy. Oh, wow. I have to check it out. Girl, your house was still dirty even after he moved out. So, no, you did not want your house clean at all, in my opinion.
I'll get into the timeline in the next part, but for now, I just want to show you guys something.
All right. And did you get off at 10 p.m.?
Yes.
All right. Did you go directly home?
Yes.
About how long does it take you to get home?
About 25 to 30 minutes.
And when you get home, who is downstairs, if anybody? You have a two-story, is it a townhome? Is that the best word for it?
Yes.
If anybody is downstairs, who is downstairs?
I saw my daughter Madeline and Stefan.
Do you recall what Madeline was wearing?
No.
And do you recall what Stefan was wearing?
I can't tell you now.
Now, during this 30 minutes that the three of you are in your bedroom, is Madeline engaging in any of her kind of nighttime routine or?
I need this document.
Getting ready for bed? What else is going on, if anything?
We spent a long time talking about gifts and having her show me and we counted out her money.
This is where they talk about the money. Thank you, Anna. I have a couple of different backgrounds. LOE. Kara said some of his alleged ex-girlfriends came forward and said that Stephen Stearns had gross fetishes, like only being able to finish if they pretended to be dead. Yes, I have that interview. Shell said, what angers me is Maddie was the only one who had something to do and needed her sleep because these two I just can't. Oh, girl. We're going after this, we're going to play some things.
I can't remember if she had finished with all of her bedtime routine.
Okay. Does she brush her teeth at night?
In the shower.
In the shower? Okay.
Uh-huh.
That background behind her that they just showed, that's the crime scene photos, and those are Xanax bars, obviously, probably fake. Are you talking about the Rancid song? I know like every song except for recent songs. Sarah said, I cannot imagine an existence without music, right? Yeah, we're going to play some stuff here in just a second. Some interesting stuff. Especially talking about Maddie's sleep. Okay. So again, this is Grish. I was told he interviewed me. He pulled one of my videos, so hopefully he won't strike me, but he does. Those are some really awesome videos. I like the way he did that. So let's talk about Maddie's sleep for a minute, because I talked about something a minute ago and it made me think of this with y'all talking about her sleep. So this is going to be an interview with Maddie's 7th period teacher. And in this interview, he's going to talk about her sleepy days. This is Maddie's 7th period teacher, and he references her having a lot of what he calls sleepy days. Why was she having so many sleepy days?
What's your first name? Nick. Forever reach me though. Okay.
I now have the answer as to why she had so many sleepy days, but I'm going to give you a heavy trigger warning on it when I play it in just a second, because I had to read the document and I could barely get through it.
Yeah, I just try to list everything in here in case we need it. So
it's possible, Abellis.
So how do you know? She is in my 7th grade.
It's redacted.
Or 7th, yeah, 7th grade, 7th period. End of the day.
Been there since fall?
Yes, since the beginning of the year.
How would you say your relationship is with her?
Oh, great. Like, I think she likes me as a teacher, and she's a very good, well-behaved student. On the quieter side, she sometimes does her work. I guess, like, she has her, we call them the sleepy days, where, like, she'll come in, just want to do nothing but put her head down and kind of ignore most things, but then, like, she'll end up doing her work later on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's not the only one that referenced her sleepy days, by the way. She'll said, we are all getting riled up. Makes me happy that Jen can't play victim in this and get away with it. The only victim is poor Maddie, right? Liddy said no about Maddie moving away away from Stefan in the double bed. Yeah, God bless her soul. Poor child.
Do a lot of kids do that?
Not really. Okay. No. Like, a lot of them will put their head down, but she'll do it a lot more often than the other ones.
Okay. Just bear with me.
Oh, no, of course. No, that's good.
Would you say your relationship is close with her?
As far as teacher-student goes, I would say fairly average. I don't know much about her personal life or anything like that, but I keep like academic tabs on her mostly.
Okay.
Yeah. But the typical, hey, how's your weekend? Did you have fun? I knew she had a birthday party this past weekend, stuff like that, but basic information for the most part.
So just typical conversations?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys ever have like one-on-one conversations? Was it always like in a group and passing, things like that?
If we ever had one-on-one conversations, it was just about grades and maybe that she wasn't, like, she needed to pull up something or turn in an assignment, but that would not have been more than once, maybe twice.
Okay, so she never confided anything in you? You guys never talked about home life, anything like that?
I don't think anyone ever questioned her about her sleepy days, which is odd to me. We can talk about the school counselor after I pull this audio up, or this file up that tells us why she had so many sleepy days. We'll listen to what the counselor said, but I don't think that many people questioned her, and I wish they had, because I know why, and I'll show you in a minute.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
No, I was a substitute teacher for my class, but I never actually saw her in person.
Okay.
That's possible too.
When was the sub?
Oh, wow. Oh, when I got married. October 21st, I think, was when she was my son.
Right.
Okay.
Might have been a week before that.
October 23?
Yeah, October 2023, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Have you seen any recent changes in her behavior?
Recent? No.
How about changes overall in her behavior?
Actually, yeah, I don't know why it says recent, but not really.
Okay.
She had less sleepy days, I guess, would actually be a thing.
Okay.
It's more so the beginning of the year. But other than that, no changes.
Has she had any signs of depression or suicidal ideations, inclinations?
Nothing with suicide. I know that like fatigue and stuff like that can be a sign of depression, but without anything being confided in me, I never assumed or anything like that. Just she never got any sleep.
Okay. What's her grades like?
So everybody's saying that, you know, when they had sleepy days, their parents were contacted and spoken to. I mean, I wonder if anybody did, if Jen would have even admitted that, but none of them admit to talking to her. But from the way it sounds, Jen didn't have much to do with the school anyway. So they probably felt like it would have fell on deaf ears anyway. Anna said, poor thing, how could you focus and attend school, right? All adults let Maddie down, in my opinion, says Cara.
They were a little bit rough, and then she brought them up.
Okay.
She'll go through phases of not turning anything in, turning everything in, not turning it in, turning it all in. I would still say probably in the BC range, but I'm not 100% sure right now. I'll have to pull it up.
No big shifts in behavior, nothing like that?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Even on that Friday, she said, okay, I'll see you Monday.
Do you know which Friday that was?
The Friday before her birthday party, and she disappeared.
Okay. When was that? Was that the
16th?
23rd.
The 23rd, I believe, is when, because we had Jerry Craft the day before, basketball game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hazel said, and when I did not behave to their liking, they had my mom sit with me at school. I bet that was embarrassing. That sucks. Cara said, if I wasn't in my homeroom, my school was calling my parents, asking where the hell I was. I used to get my friends that were older to call and say they were an aunt or uncle and that I could leave for the day and I would skip school. I have twin girls. I can never imagine anything happening to them. It's just so sad to know Maddie was having these things done to her. So many sad things happen to anyone. Poor girl. Yep. It's really sad.
Yeah, so as we were leaving 7th period, I always say, oh, I'll see you guys Monday. And I'm pretty sure she said something along wants to see you Monday too, but can't be 100% sure.
Okay. Anything else you think I need to know? How talk to friends? Anything she
Unfortunately.
said? Anything?
Unfortunately, I don't think I have any more information that you guys have because a student did come up to me and tell me that she was talking to friends about wanting to live in the woods like after she turned 13, but I think you guys already have all that.
Yeah.
Other than that, no, she just seemed like a very like normal, like on the quiet and tired side, but like a very normal kid, you know?
Okay.
Wouldn't have thought anything would be up with her. She had a birthday party coming up, so we assumed that she would actually be in really good, spirits and stuff like that too.
All right. So we got the point. They're talking about sleepy days, right? I'm about to bring something up that's horrible to listen to. So it's about to get real bad. So heavy trigger warning. I read this and I was like, well, that explains why she was so damn tired. Poor child. All right, hold on. It's in this document. Let me make it big. I put chapters in this one. Okay, right here. Listen to this. Hold on a minute. All right. Big trigger warning, big, huge, humongous trigger warning. Hey, Steph sells stuff by the seashore. Thank you for being here. I taught for the last 25 years in multiple states, and all the schools had an automatic system that called home if a student wasn't there in the first 30 minutes. A lot of them here don't call until like 4:30 in the evening. But yeah, they do have that. But like, I wish they would call. All they'd have to do is call everybody to homeroom first thing in the morning, take note of who wasn't there, and then make the phone calls then as kids are going to first period classes. Like, it's not hard to let parents know their children aren't there in the first few minutes of school. They were sedating her. She still had the medicine in her system by the time school came around. That's a possibility too. Listen to this. Again, trigger warning, out the booty hole, trigger warning.
This thumbnail.
File name, and it gives the name. Description. Video file depicting a prepubescent female resembling Maddie, who would have been 8 years and 4 months old. Maddie is laying next to Stephen in a bed watching cartoons on the television. Stephen is asking Maddie to put his member in her mouth for 3 seconds as he counts. Stephen states Maddie would not be able to play with his phone unless she did it. This file name. It's an image depicting Madeline, approximately 11 years old, stepping. God help me. So there's another file, and the description is an image file depicting Madeline, approximately 11 years old. Stephen is inserting his finger into Madeline's front butt while she appears to be sleeping. Image file depicting Madeline, approximately 11 years and 5 months old. Stephen is inserting his member into Madeline's mouth while she appears to be sleeping. Image file depicting Madeline. Okay, so that's all I'm going to play of that. I can't do that shit again. The point is, he was doing all these things to her while she was supposed to be sleeping. Like, he's touching her and putting shit in her mouth and all of that shit while she's supposed to be trying to sleep. Like, that's why she was falling asleep at school, because he would freaking touch her and do all these things to her while the child's trying to sleep. Like, stop. Like, God almighty. Hazel says she needs to be in jail. She does. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. I can't even listen to that. Like, I put it out because it's part of the indictment. It's in the Stearns homicide indictment, but you saw it ended at that because I had to take like a 2-day break from YouTube after that, because like I just couldn't. That shit was hard. So let's go to some of these other interviews. Content says Jen knew. Let's go to what Steph's talking about. I'd be the one in prison if police showed me an image of my daughter like they showed Jen. Yep. And in one of those, I read the description of the picture that was showed. She was showed a picture of Madeline with Stephen's member in her mouth. Let's see. I don't want to do a really long one because I've got to put videos out, and so I'm going to have to go soon. We'll do the CSAM ones if I can find them. Oh no, that one's 2 hours. We'll have to do that one tomorrow. Let's start at the beginning then. We'll start at the beginning and go through everything in the order that it happened. And I have them all in the order that they happened in the Madeline Soto playlist. So we'll pull that up real quick. Hey, Basil. What you doing? My little pooper scooper. Madeline Soto playlist. There's 50 videos in here. I'm about to add more too when I get these other videos out. All right. So we'll start at the beginning. Right, Shell. If we don't know these things, the creeps get away with it.
Hi, everyone. These are the three
If we don't know these things, then these creeps get away with it. We need to make people aware of this. It is real and it happens. Only victims know what they know they exist. Everyone needs to be brave and know this happened. Yep. Does anyone know the amount of money you get for selling that stuff sick? It's a lot. It's a lot. So these are the 911 calls.
911 calls that were made to report Madeline
Oh
missing.
God,
There's
darling.
3 because the
I'm
first one
sorry.
was made and it took several hours for the police to get out there because they were looking for 2 children that went missing in a park. So this is the return phone calls where they were trying to find out where the cops were to come and help them so they could report Madeline missing.
Yeah,
Thank
Lee.
you for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment if you'd like. Have a great day.
Hey, Tosh. Hold on. Hold on, please.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
Hold on. Let me put you down.
It's And is there a specific apartment number, ma'am? And do you need police, fire, or medical?
Police possibly. I'm reporting a missing child.
Okay. And what is the name of the business there, ma'am?
The business?
Okay. And the child that you're trying to report missing?
So it's redacted some, but notice that it's not Jen making the phone call. It's her sister. Oh, you're good, Shell. Cara said maybe it's because we know how long it was going on, but I can see pain in these pictures of Maddie. Yeah, I can too. This Stephanie, the sister. Thank you, Leah.
Are you calling on behalf of the parent?
Yes, on behalf of the mother. She's my
Okay. Okay. And then and ma'am, how old is the child? And could I go ahead and get her name?
Yes, it's.
They redacted all of that.
And is she white, black, or Hispanic?
She's white.
Okay.
Blonde
And
hair, dirty blonde hair, blue eyes.
okay, hold on with me here. And then what color shirt and pants was she last seen wearing?
Hold on, let me ask. Then, what color shirt and what was she last wearing?
It's hard to hear them in the background. This audio, I don't know how to make the audio louder or anything. I haven't figured all of that out.
Hold on, we're finding out.
Okay, and then how long has it been though since you guys have last seen her?
Since this morning. She was dropped off at school this morning, and apparently she never showed up. We called everyone we knew. No one's seen her.
Okay. And then ma'am, I just want to confirm though, was she last seen from this address? Is this where you guys last saw her?
No.
So Jen is still telling even the sister that she was dropped off at school, knowing that even with that, she was supposedly dropped off at the Peace United preschool. Cara said, yeah, what mother doesn't call 911? I go to the school to pick my child up. I am not getting out of that line. I'm waiting for them to bring her to me. And if they said she never showed, I'd lose my mother loving mind and call the cops right there. Right. I agree. Jen didn't have the guts to call about her own child, says Anna. Yep.
No. She was last seen at the church next to Hunters Creek Middle School. I think it's called Peace Church. I'm not sure of the exact address. She was wearing a dark green hoodie, I believe.
What is the name of the church?
I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's called Peace Church. It's the one right next to.
So now they've corrected it. Jenny said, I wonder if Jen said Maddie had black shorts on, so they would be looking for someone else, but Steppenstern felt guilty in some way and said she had jeans on. That's a valid question, a valid speculation. Leah said, yeah, it's Stephanie. Stephen says Maddie didn't bring her phone to school, quote, conveniently. He sure did.
The Hunters Creek Middle School. It's still, well, no.
Got it. It's across the street from it?
I believe so, yeah. There's two. I just forgot about the other one. It's not Focal Point Church. It's,
Well, is it Peace United Methodist Church?
Yes.
Okay.
That one.
Yeah,
Is she diagnosed with any medical, mental conditions at all?
I know she takes medication for ADHD, and I'm pretty sure that's it.
Okay. Sorry, bear with me here. And is she known to carry anything on her person, like a pocket knife, pepper spray, anything at all like that?
I'm sorry, Hazel.
Does she have a cell phone that she might keep on her person?
She doesn't. She had one when she left at home conveniently today.
Okay.
Right there.
So Stephanie called and Stephanie said she conveniently forgot her phone. Leah, is that what you were saying?
Okay.
And ma'am, what is your name?
My name is.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Leah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And just so we recognize you when we arrive there, though, at the advance to come meet with you guys, are you, ma'am, white, black, Indian, Asian, or Hispanic?
I'm Hispanic.
And what color shirt and pants will you be wearing?
Pants, dark wash jeans. I have a green cardigan on and a white shirt.
Thank you. And I just need to verbally confirm this all. Do you have any at all weapons on your person?
No, I do not.
Okay. All right. And are you going to be waiting for us?
Leah says that Stephanie, by saying she conveniently forgot her phone, might be hinting at some kind of foul play. And that's an accurate speculation. I could definitely see it. I remember thinking that when I heard it too. She was under extreme stress. Of course she was anxious, etc. WTF, says Abellis, right? Yep.
For us inside?
Yeah. I'll come outside. I just see through glass. So I'll see when you guys show up.
Okay, perfect then. So then I'll get a call placed for service. We'll have deputies out there to come and make a report with you and to come and assist with trying to find your. Okay.
Okay. Her mother and they're going to the school to double check and everything, but from what we know, she wasn't there. So they should be back soon too, because it's right next to the school.
Yeah, that's fine. So if at least one of you remains there, though, to meet with an officer, that's more than fine, okay?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay, then. All
right. Content says the 911 operator sounds like she works at an infomercial cleaning house, not the switchboard at the police department, right? Leah says Stephanie is the one who dropped Maddie home and Stephen arrived 10 minutes later, according to Jen. Yes, and thank you for that. We're going to listen to this 911 call, and then I'm going to go for the day so I can hopefully get this video out of some more interviews that I have. I want to get those released for you guys. And we'll continue over the next couple of days to go through these interviews and talk about them because I'm enjoying this today.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I'll go ahead and let you go. We'll be out there as quickly as we can, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye, ma'am.
So that was the first call. Now, remember, when this call was taking place, there evidently was 2 children that went missing at a playground somewhere close by. So the police didn't show up for a couple of hours. So they called back twice asking where the police are. So this is going to be the first time they call back to figure out where the police are.
Thank you so much. Bye.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
Okay, police or medical? Hi, I called not that long ago reporting a missing child. I just wanted to know how long the cops are going to take.
I think
to get
so,
here.
Leah.
Okay, hold on. Let me open up the call and let's see. The call is still currently pending to have the deputies respond out there, but we don't have any available deputies. We still have the call up though, holding.
Okay, so no one's on their way yet?
Not yet, no.
Does it take long for them to respond to the call?
If there's a big emergency in the area, and there's no units available, they put the calls on hold.
So, Hazel Eyes, evidently everybody was at the playground looking for the 2 children that went missing, and they didn't have anybody to send out here to talk to Jen and them at the time. And I do believe it's her sister that calls back this time. I know her mom calls back once, so I think this is the sister again. Thank you, Jen, for saying that. The 911 operator is doing a great job, said Sarah Lee. I just feel like she's in training very, very, very by the book, right? Yeah, Indie Girl, this has been a great chat. And then Liddy said, Madeline did not want to go, quote, home. Still, you drop her? Yeah. Good point. Hey, Norma.
But as soon as one becomes available, they respond to the next pressing call.
Okay, yeah, we just need one here urgently. So
I understand. We still have the call. We still have the call holding.
Yes.
Yep, we still have the call holding for them. I'll go ahead and update them with the information.
All right, thank you, because this happened very recently, so we just want to get everyone here. She's been missing since 8 a.m., so we want to get everything done as soon as possible to try to find her.
I understand.
Okay. Thank you.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
All right, now this is going to be the grandma calling back. Yolanda is angry.
We need police, fire, medical.
No, it's not a medical issue. We have a missing child since this morning. We already called 3 times. And the police didn't show up yet.
Are you looking? Or
yes.
Do you know? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I see it right here for you. Yes, ma'am. I see it. This is waiting for a deputy to respond.
Oh, thank y'all.
They haven't come here yet.
I'm aware, ma'am. I see it. It's waiting for a deputy to respond.
You're waiting for a deputy to respond?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long more do we need to wait? It's a child missing.
I understand that, ma'am, but I'm just not able to give out ETA. I don't know when they'll be there.
So how long do we need to wait? This is an emergency.
Ma'am, we have the information, but they're trying to get there someone as soon as possible.
So this is not important for you guys? Really?
Ma'am, we are very busy in the area. Look, I understand they'll be there as soon as they can, okay?
I want to draw attention to where she's asking this isn't important to you guys, really. Leah brings up the fact that perhaps if Jen, the mother, had called, maybe the police would have reacted more urgently. And that's a good point. It is horrible that they had to wait. She just... I did music at the end of that one. Well, let's see what's next real quick. I didn't want music playing. So we'll watch this one today too. I got like 32 people in here right now. So we'll go ahead and watch this one today too. And then I'll go to get that new video out for you guys. This is going to be in the police station where they actually report Madeline missing. All right.
The park, when I talked to them, they said it looked like 5 or 6.
5 or 6 kids at the park. All right. Yep. Give me a second, bro.
So they're talking about the kids at the park that I just told you there was 2 kids at the park that went missing, and that's why it took them so long. Leah, yeah. They were all conveniently busy, tired, or sleepy.
Hey,
Go ahead.
let me finish up with this and I'll give you a call.
Are you able to pick up call 931, please?
I'm currently working possible signal late. Can I hold off on that?
Oh, yeah, Hazel.
Just that from the other one?
26.
Oh, no, normal. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up.
3460 to check.
Sorry.
Leave some, what did Toxic say? Leave some touch transfer DNA on the thumbs up button. Thank you.
Of course. Do they speak English?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hi there.
Hold up.
Hey there.
Hey there. What's going on?
Read body language.
So was dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it. I went to pick her up from school.
I'm sorry, one second.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
She's looking up like she's recalling the like the script she's supposed to read. I don't want stats from that.
Are we looking for another kid or we have a kid?
Looking for another one.
Thank you, guys.
Put that out. Any possible location, how long?
Yeah, you can become part of the Speculating family by subscribing. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out in chat. Tosh said, do they speak English really? Yeah, I think they asked in case they needed a translator. I want to pay attention to body language in this. We might end up going over this one again too. Look at her. The way she's swaying. Somebody said that looks like Chris Watts. The way she's staring him down.
I'm trying to get that right now. Okay. So she was supposed to be dropped off at school. Didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out. They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here because sometimes she'll walk here to this office. I came here, nothing. I went back to the school, they were closed. I got a notice, an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also.
So we just saw that was Maddie's father calling in the other video. He picks up because the other guy was able to cancel the background noise and understand what's being said there. It is Maddie's dad calling, and she handed the phone to Stefan. She didn't even talk to him.
I'm trying to get that right now. Okay. So she was supposed to be dropped off at school. Didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out.
He said, absolutely. And then he said something. I think he said, Jen's talking to them right now. I'll call you back. That's what I just heard. I'll back it up just a little bit. Listen to him. He says, absolutely something. I think it was Jen's talking to them right now. I'll call you back.
I'm trying to get that right now. Okay.
Absolutely. All right.
So she was supposed to be dropped off at school. Didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up.
I'm going to call you back in a few minutes. I think he said Jen's here talking to them right now.
Today,
Okay.
and she never came out.
Right.
They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here because sometimes she'll walk here to this office. I came here, nothing. I went back to the school, they were closed. I got a notice, an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher, and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
So she never made it.
Okay. What's her name?
Madeline. Madeline.
Madeline. Last name?
Soto. SOTO.
SOTO?
Yeah.
Date of birth?
February 22nd, 2011.
February 27, 2000.
22nd.
Oh, sorry. 22nd.
Hazel said that's why she has her hoodie, so she could have her hands in there, because if not, she would be moving her hands like crazy. That's a good point. Colin was the ex-husband. His name is Steven, I think. And then Tyler is Maddie's bio dad. I'll bet that Tyler asked, are you talking to the police? And yeah, he probably did ask, are you talking to the police? And yeah. Jen hadn't slept all night, or Stepping Stones. Look at their eyes and faces. She said she went home and went to sleep because I was appalled by that.
2011.
2011.
Just her 13th birthday.
13.
What's the name of the single age?
Madeline Soto, age 13. I'm trying to get.
Did y'all see the way that she just like stared off? That made me think she's on substances. Watch her how she stares off and just pauses, like she's about to nod out almost. Watch her.
2011.
Just her 13th birthday.
13.
Look at that. She's about to nod out.
Madeline Soto, age 13. I'm trying to get a clothing description now. What was she last seen wearing?
Green hoodie.
Green hoodie.
White Crocs.
White Crocs.
Either blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Black shorts?
Yeah.
Black shorts. Okay.
Oh wow, Tosh, that's a.
All right. Do you know if she has like friends in the area?
So notice there, Stefan corrected it and said jeans, but she said black shorts. That's an interesting birthday with all the twos. Jen thinks that it's possible that when he answered the phone, he said, "Hey Tyler, it's Stefan. How are you doing?"
She does, but she doesn't know where they live.
She doesn't know where they live. Okay.
I asked all of them.
Okay. Is this like, does she like have any places that you guys know that she'll usually be at? Any friend's house? Any places that like she likes to hang out?
Typically,
no.
Not typically.
No.
Okay.
You're good, Carl.
Just give me 1 second. Let me see if I get some.
Thank you.
Probably.
And what school she goes to?
So it's redacted.
125.
Jenny Jen said, guys, when Jen was being questioned, she said that if she usually got a good amount of rest, nothing could wake her up. But that night, she didn't get a good amount of rest. I remember her saying she took her meds and went to sleep. When they asked her, did they go out and look for Maddie? She said, no, I took my meds and went to sleep. And I was like, bitch, how are you sleeping when your child's missing? Kara said, nah, I think she's trying not to panic. She's staring off into space because she doesn't want to mess up the narrative her and Stephen Stearns created. Good point. It happened downstairs, in my opinion. Abella says, Stephen says, white Crocs. I threw one in the garbage with her backpack. No doubt.
Do you have a picture of her? Can you airdrop it to me?
Yeah, I know.
He is
Let me
gross.
see which picture. I don't know which picture.
Okay, recently, probably from a birthday party, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't there, so I have to look at what's up.
Go ahead. That's what I'm about to grab right now.
Possible, Kara.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you.
Is this a good enough picture, or do you need a whole
Yeah,
body
that's perfect.
picture?
Anders says she don't know where her friends live. That's convenient, right? Oh my God, did you see this girl right here? She is absolutely gorgeous.
I
got you.
That's going to be a pretty girl when she grows up. She's absolutely beautiful.
Okay, where's the photo? Right there.
It's on WhatsApp.
That's fine.
To be honest, all those people standing around looks weird, said Hazel.
I saved it to my photos, so you could.
You saved it to your photos?
Yeah, we can just go straight to the photos.
So they're getting a picture of Maddie. Leah said Maddie's a lovely dog. Sailor probably saw everything. If animals could talk, no doubt. That poor dog with PTSD and anxiety. She is Stephanie's daughter, I
Give me a
believe.
second. I'm gonna send it out right now to my other guys.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
So he's sending the picture out so everybody can be on the
Ever showed
lookout.
up. So they called since I don't know when, but whenever they what did you say that what she called? My question is not why is it not a code 3 when it first came out? Yeah, so that last time she was seen, it was early this morning, like 7 o'clock. That's what I'm about to see. I'm about to go check. I just try to get as much information now of her clothing descriptions than the Diaz. The Diaz has a hit in like a big area full of kids. So if you want to help me out with this one, come to my signal expert.
I want to know what a code 3 is. Tosh said, how do you not know where her friends live? I know where all my kids' friends live, even the grown-ass ones. Yep. The dog would attack Stephen, really? Said Lydia. Abella said, Leah, so many crimes will be solved if pets talked. One guy was caught thanks to a parrot, actually. I remember that case. That was interesting. Who else did Stern's video in the bathroom? He put a phone under the door and was videoing the roommate. Anders said, Abellis, yes. Jennifer said that Maddie didn't know where her friends live. Shell said, scary seeing young girls around him knowing what he did. It is. I don't think their parents left them alone with him, though, because, like, we know the grandma didn't like him.
By any chance, does she have a phone number or a phone?
She does, but she left it at home today. I have it.
You have it.
And I've already gone through her messages.
Okay. How about
I could tell you that was sus off the get-go. Like, she's conveniently missing without her phone. That's sus to me. Anders said, soon the principal will call, and Jennifer says she is fine. I didn't pick that up.
does she have like Apple Watch?
She's got a device, the only device she's got on her right now is her school laptop.
Her school laptop, is that trackable?
Oh.
It should be. If the Wi-Fi is turned on.
I'm going to have to back that up so we can hear what they're saying. Abella's coming through with the info, said, here you go. A police code 3 is an emergency response that requires an expedited response with lights and siren. Thank you for that, Abella's. Let's see what they're saying.
Right now is her school laptop.
Her school laptop, is that trackable? I don't think so.
It should be. If the Wi-Fi is turned on, it'll try to connect to the Wi-Fi. So if I like circle here.
So they're talking about the laptop. If it's turned on, it's going to try to connect to Wi-Fi, which would be a way they could track her. But we know that the laptop was in the dumpster at this time. Tosh said, full stop, skirt, hit the brakes, a skirt. Ain't no teenager leaving their phone at home. It's glued to their hands most time. Yep, they are. Leah points out a good fact that I read in the first indictment where they talk about the scratches on his hands from Maddie. Did the cops or family notice? The cops did. They took pictures from, and it's in the first murder indictment page that I read in some part of that video because I read it twice. And that tells me that his hands were around her throat and she was scratching his hands to get him to release her throat is what I think from that. Yes, thank you, Abellis. Jenny said, Jen looks shocked when she finds out the laptop is trackable. Ooh, let's watch that again because I didn't pick up on that. Let's back it up and watch that again. Thank you, Jen, for pointing that out. All right, let's watch Jen.
I don't think so.
It should be. If the Wi-Fi is turned on,
it'll try to connect to new Wi-Fi. So if I like circle here,
She is. She looked freaked out. She does. She looks worried and freaked out. That was a good catch, Jen. You caught that quick. Mm.
Well, does she not have history of running away or anything like that? She was hanging out in the bus.
Possibly, I don't know. She got dropped off. She was like, so she's embarrassed by this car. So she didn't want to be dropped off at school. She wanted to be dropped off like half a block away so she can walk.
She's interesting. She's in phase.
But he dropped her off half a block away and drove away.
Right, Shaboogies?
Did she ever go to school though?
No, we called school.
She was walking in that direction. She was rifling through her backpack, just looking for something. I thought maybe she was just looking for headphones before she got her walking on.
Yeah.
But she was just kind of, shambling over in that direction. It looked the same as any other morning. Okay.
What was the last thing you asked?
If she went to school, I think that's
So I got confirmation from the school that she never made it. They sent me an email saying she didn't make it.
Mhm.
But I also spoke to her or emailed one of her teachers directly, and he looked at all her attendance for all her periods and told me she didn't make it at all today.
Okay.
Say it again. No, she was supposed to have a book bag.
Hello, All Things Serious. Thank you for being here. All Things Serious says, this whole case is disgusting. Jen needs to be locked up also. I think so. Her reactions and things, it just doesn't make any sense at all. Thank you for being here, All Things Serious. Shaboogie said, man, we are so lucky. We are lucky so many criminals are dumb AF, right? Yeah, Tosh, I thought that too. He says that he thought she was rifling through her book bag for headphones, but then recalls that she left her phone. But again, that tells me that he's pulling up a memory from a previous day where he remembered seeing her walk away looking for headphones in her book bag. Even though because at that time she would have had her phone, and then he follows it up with, but she didn't have her phone that day. Yeah, instead she got limited immunity, which means she could be arrested eventually, but not soon enough, in my opinion.
Supposed to go to school, but didn't go to school today.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Battery FGOA 212319 Turtleback Loop. Third party for Saturday to complain against children by
Right, darling.
juvenile males. Request to
Say it
10.5
again?
only. It's code 219.5.
I'm trying to figure out secondary spots, but so far negative on anything. Yeah, you could be 51 of me.
Ooh.
All right, cool.
Kara said, weren't those investigators removed from the case because they gave her immunity when they shouldn't have? I know that they were removed from the case, but I don't know for what reason. Could it be that they gave her immunity when they shouldn't have? That would make sense to me because, in my opinion, they had more than enough to arrest Stephen and they didn't need her. No, no. I've heard I know your name. I know your name too. You're good. You're fine. No, we just heard your name somewhere else. Zio did too. It's not a bad thing. It's nice to finally meet you. I like your content, and I like your perspective on things, All Things Serious. You have really surprised me in the past where I've heard you before with your perspective about things. I really have a lot of I admire your perspective.
Prepared a copy of local from OPD at Barnes.
Yeah, it said negative on that hit at the park.
Way.
So.
Say 21 to a vehicle. Pursuing local, reference say 21 to a vehicle.
I think
Going
black
to be
shorts.
an unknown male, gray hoodie,
Sauce
black
and
pants,
black
black
shorts and
ski-mask,
white Crocs with socks.
No further information. 1064, 1946.
When was the last time you seen her? Do you know around what time?
Around 8:30, 8:40 when we dropped her off. How tall is she?
5'1".
When we dropped her off, not when I dropped her off. He's saying when we dropped her off.
Weight.
110 pounds.
110, 112.
Haircut.
And again, rocking back and forth like Chris Watts.
Blonde.
Blonde, like a dirty blonde.
Like a dirty blonde?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too, Shell.
Eye color?
Blue.
Does she have any markings on her, like any scars or anything
There's
like that?
a distinctive beauty mark on her face
On
here.
the face?
On the face, like below the nose or near the nose?
Yeah, like right in that area there. It's very distinctive. You'd know it if you saw it. Big.
Any other scars or anything like?
He just said it's big, talking about the mole on her face. It's a big mole on her face. Like, you didn't have to add that. You could have just left it at beauty mark.
That was no.
Scars?
No.
Tattoo.
No.
You'd be surprised. Did you put out the description?
I put the top
Oh,
part. I
goodness,
didn't get the
Shuggy.
rest of the stuff yet, so I need to put it out.
County 34 here.
Yeah, Norma.
14, white female.
Can I just see that phone?
Black shorts, white socks, approximately 5'19". Blonde, dirty blonde hair, blue eyes, has a beauty mark under the nose. Video.
Right, Cora?
I'm getting a random 407 number. Okay. Hello?
It's funny that you say that, Hazel Eyes. Hazel Eyes said, I believe Jen is the one who unallowed Maddie, and that pathetic loser is the one who got rid of Maddie. You know, that's what his mother thinks. His mother thinks that Jen did it, and Stefan's covering up for it because he felt guilty about the CSAM images. All Things Serious said she's swaying back and forth because she knows what happened. Yep. Self-soothing, like Anna said. Yep. They were relating it to Chris Watts. It hasn't been released that she was bad girl. Some people have tried to say that she was, but it hasn't been actually released. And we don't have her autopsy, and we won't because she's a minor. And in the state of Florida, the only way you can get a minor's autopsy report is if the family releases it.
Yes? Hi, Principal. I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you? I don't think I'd be okay.
No, the police officer's here right now.
Start getting the
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find her
paperwork. Does she have any social media or anything like that?
She has Instagram.
right here.
Tried it.
It is very good.
Just family,
Thank you
cousins.
so much. I
friends.
definitely appreciate it.
Right here.
That's her profile?
Yeah.
Right, Tosh.
She also has a YouTube page.
Okay. Any Snapchat or
She
Let me
plays
get
games.
No, that's
Yeah,
not
she plays games. She plays like Minecraft.
Possible, Darlene. Right, Car? Yeah, Darlene. I didn't know that was at the end of that video. I had to take that out. I hate when that happens. All right, this is going to be it for me today. We'll pick back up tomorrow where we are going to be next in the videos, which is going to be where the K9 search and he shows the cops where he dropped her off. I have some more interviews. I'm going to work on getting like some photo overlays because they're just audio interviews, but I will be getting those out. So I'm going to go so I can work on getting those out for you guys. All Things Serious, I'm so sorry that you had to go through anything like that. I don't understand how she wasn't arrested either. It makes no sense. I don't think they needed her at all to secure a conviction. Sayo said, I think from what I've seen, she was coming around to actually telling someone besides her mom, and he would have had to do it anyway, in my opinion. Before I go today, I want to thank you all for being here. Zayo just got monetized, so everybody congratulate her if you don't mind. I really appreciate it. I'm so proud of her. She's got all the Sarah Boone deets. Anders said, I think that Maddie's case were handed over from missing persons to SMEX crime. That's why they swapped police. Yes, that's in one of the interviews that I have. And we'll talk about that too as we go through these interviews. Hazel said, if they gave him the death penalty, I believe he will talk against Jen. He already is. He was saying in jail, I'm not the one who started it. What the hell does that mean? You're welcome, Zaya. Of course. And Leah said, Maddie has a beautiful singing voice. Stearns said she sang that fatal evening. Yep. And they talked about watching Sister Act. Absolutely. And with that, I'm going to go. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. We've got interviews for days, so we'll definitely do this again tomorrow. And I'm going to work on these videos, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. I hope y'all all have a good evening. Stay safe, stay warm, and hug your children tightly tonight. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.